Look, we got so much to talk about. I want to jump in and just find out what it was like, that red carpet experience, when you're about to premiere a film to 2,500 people in Austin, you're about to live stream it, and you got kind of like the, Entertainment Tonight, Hollywood, action there with people in different places. You got my friend JP Sears over there, and of course, Alex Jones, and I had actually just seen him a few weeks earlier. So I want to know what that's like, and then I want to talk, because we go way back. People don't know that back in 2020, in the early days when the shiz was hitting the fan, there were very few people broadcasting through the early days of the madness, and you were one of them. We were also one of them, but there weren't many others. But you were there, and you were barely on Instagram, I think, at the time. I think you'd been thrown off all the other platforms, and you were on your website. But people need to remember that you've been there from the beginning, and I just think that's a massive deal. So we'll get back to that. How was the premiere? Was it always the plan to get Highwire involved to do the stream? Tell me about it.
Yeah, Mickey Willis, who made The Great Awakening, came to me about a half a year ago or so, and said that he would like to use the Highwire in our platform to premiere his new film when it was finished. So I said it would absolutely be an honor. Obviously, this would be the third installment of what has been an incredible series. That first episode, or film of Plandemic, it reached 1 billion people worldwide. It's just been astronomically successful. And so, in planning for that, the ideas just got bigger and bigger. And it was actually Mickey Willis that said, we wanted to have a theatrical premiere of Plandemic 2 in the middle of the pandemic, but no theater was allowed to be open. And he said, so I want to make up for that. We're going to go big, and he decided to go with basically the Opera House in the center of Austin, which is a very liberal town. I mean, I live here in Texas, just outside of Austin. So if you're sort of out in the sticks, if you will, we didn't really feel the pandemic that much. I would only, wearing masks was only something you had to do if you went into the Whole Foods in town. Otherwise, you were able to sort of, escape that madness. But Austin Central, the city, is like San Francisco, Texas. And so, to put this theatrical event in the middle of Austin, in a very liberal space, and really the biggest theater I think that they have, with 2,500 seats. I remember sitting in the screening and looking back. There are two, balconies that were packed. I don't remember seeing an audience like that watching a movie since I watched the premiere of Star Wars when I was 7 years old. So, and I think, to put it in context, and of course, as you pointed out, not only were we live streaming on our network, thehighwire.com, we also did a red carpet. So we had cameras, out in the lobby with all of the star-studded people that were coming in, many of whom you've already talked about, Alex Jones and JP Sears and other luminaries and scientists and doctors that have been brave and come forward throughout this to tell the world the truth. And I was hosting that, which was a lot of fun to play that game. But, someone asked me, where, do you feel like this movement has grown, or do you feel like there's been a change since, you first released your film? The film that put me in the middle of this, of course, was Vaxxed, From Cover Up to Catastrophe, which sort of swept the world in a slower manner. We didn't sort of have the exact type of internet release. I went for a theatrical release with that all the way back in April of 2016. That was a massive success, incredibly censored, as Plandemic has been, and many of the things you've done. And so, as you're saying, I go back to 2016, really, in this conversation around vaccines, and was censored and kicked out of Tribeca Film Festival, if people remember. That really catapulted us into the headlines. It was actually something I had planned on. I knew that the controversy would give attention to our film and was ready to ride it. I didn't know it would be Tribeca where it would launch into that level of controversy. But what I said when I was asked on the red carpet, do you feel like you've grown? When we launched our film back in 2016 in April, Vaxxed, we were at a 105-seat theater at Angelica Film Center that was brave. Good on them. They were brave enough to air a film that was being attacked by every headline across, every newspaper in news agency across the nation. And we had a line down the block, but that was, a line to get into a 105-seat theater to, just a couple of days ago to have had a 2,500-seat theater packed to the brim, red carpet. We had lights blowing up into the sky. I said, we have definitely kicked it up another notch. So it was really, really exciting. And it does, I think, exemplify the growth of this conversation that has happened, not just in America, but obviously across the world. And a lot of that, is really on the back of COVID. It's sort of the bright side of this very dark experience we went through, which is that people, many, many people woke up through that experience and are now asking the right questions that you and I have been working so hard, and Mickey Willis and others working so hard to get through to people, to get them out of this, trance that they've been put in by propaganda for many, many years.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real. And he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, do you want to profit from crypto? Then join my DeFi Academy. The Crypto DeFi Academy will help you create generational wealth. But don't take my word for it. Listen to my students.
When I first got into crypto, I remember thinking to myself, I need to learn more. Brian Rose, learning crypto, learning DeFi, gotta do it.
I am so grateful that I jumped in and did this. I had to break through some limiting beliefs that I can do this, that I can afford this, that I can be in this.
It challenges the things that are deeply rooted within us.
Joining DeFi Academy has been one of the best decisions I have made on my blockchain journey.
This course was a life changer, a game changer, a huge eye-opener, coming from knowing practically nothing at the speed of the learning over 4 weeks. Was just fantastic.
The information you provided in this class was invaluable.
I feel far more confident in my next steps.
You took complex concepts and made them easier to understand.
What's different than so many other ones is it just doesn't tell you what to do. It actually makes you do it.
This is for people who are serious about becoming traders. This is the way it should be done.
I realized from this learning experience again that it is not about what you learn, but about who you learn it from.
The energy was insane. I've never experienced such incredible energy on a live call. Brian Rose, you are a legend, my friend.
It's the only thing in the market where you can get all information and learn everything what you need to know.
Everything is so clear and so well done, and I'm just forever grateful for this program.
It made me feel so much more confident about crypto than I did before.
I did not anticipate how passionate I was going to become about it.
It's also been like a big learning experience for me, not just in the crypto space, but just an overall balance of life.
What I've learned is, how to take ownership, of my life in a way that I really hadn't before.
Yeah, you can't put a price on that, really.
I would recommend it to anybody, top notch.
Excellence does not come cheap. So if you want excellence, you got to pay for it, but it's so worth it.
Pull the trigger. That's what this course is about.
You're not going to regret it, really. It's amazing.
Thank you, Brian and team.
So what are you waiting for? Crypto is happening now. Click the link below, submit your application, and let me mentor you on how to create generational wealth and build the decentralized financial infrastructure of the future.